Hey everyone, today I want to show you how to make these butterfly ornaments. I know that they don't necessarily scream Christmas to people or the holidays, but to me I think they're very special and I really like them, and so I wanted to share them with you. My sister's favorite creature is a butterfly, and I really wanted to make these for her and to have some on my tree that would remind me of her as well. I think that they're so sweet and whimsical, and I think that if you were going with a theme, they would work as well. So don't be afraid to put something a little non-traditional on your tree this year. To make these little butterfly ornaments, you will need the following. You're going to need some yarn. You don't need a whole lot. I've just got some scrap yarn in this sort of pretty purple color. You're going to need a hook. I am using worsted weight yarn, so I have a size H hook, which is a 5mm. You need a tapestry needle to weave in your ends. You need a pair of scissors, and then you're going to need something to actually attach the ornament. I just have a spare scrap of yarn in a contrasting color, but you can use whatever you like. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you need to do is to make a slip knot. So you wrap the yarn around your fingers, put your hook under that, grab that strand, pull tight, and then pull tight so it's on the hook. And now we're going to chain 5. Next, you join with a slip stitch into the first single crochet that you did. So that leaves a little ring there that we're going to work into. We need to chain 3. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that sometimes when I'm doing double crochets, I will only chain 2, but I think for this pattern, chaining 3 works. Chaining 3 is actually traditionally what you're supposed to do with a double crochet. I just, for some things, I think it looks better if you don't, but for this it does. Alright, now we're going to do another double crochet. So you yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and you've got 2 little double crochets. This one counts. Now we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the space. Chain 2. Okay, and you are going to repeat that 6 more times. So you'll have a total of 8 of these little clusters. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and I will be back when I'm at the end. Okay, I have finished up and I'm back at the end of the round. And now you are going to close the round. You are going to slip stitch into the top of the chain, so into the 3rd chain. Now, if you wanted to make your butterfly multiple colors, you could go ahead and bind off, change the color, if that's what you want to do. But I am going to make mine all one color. So what you need to do now is you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and it's kind of pulled a little bit because of the way that I inserted my hook into that chain, but we're going right here. See, there's this bar here and that bar there, and we're going to go underneath both of them, and that is the top of that stitch, and we're just going to slip stitch. And now we are going to do clusters into these little spaces. So you'll need to go ahead and chain 3. And then we're going to work 5 double crochets into this space. Okay, so including the chain, you have 6 stitches, and that's what we need. In each of these, they'll have 6 cluster, or 6 stitches to make the cluster. Now to move over to the next one, we're going to slip stitch into the top of this stitch, so right here. See, if you pull it apart, see that space that that forms right there? Right here. I have my fingers covering. And just slip stitch. Okay, and that carries you over. And now we're going to chain 3 again and do 5 double crochets into the next space. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the second double crochet as well. Okay, and we're going to just repeat that same thing all the way back around, so we're at the beginning. So we will do chain 3, 5 double crochet, slip stitch into the top of the second double crochet, and just repeat all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll do that, and then I will come back and show you how to join at the very end. So I'm done with the last cluster, and now to join, we are going to slip stitch right there into the base. See how there's the 2 stitches there? We're going to go right into this, just right there at the base of that. And it's going to be a little tight, but you can do it. And then just slip stitch. Okay. And now we're going to chain, because what we're going to do is turn this little weird flumpy, don't know if flumpy's a word, but I'm calling it a word. We're going to turn this into a butterfly. So go ahead and chain 8. Okay, and now fold. We're going to fold this up so that, see? Oh, it looks like a butterfly. Basically, you're folding it directly in half. Okay, and then your chain goes in between and back around. So you're wrapping it around to sort of cinch it up, and you're going to slip stitch back into that first chain that you did. And don't let it drop everywhere, but you will be doing that. So go under both sides there. And then we're going to bind off. Take your scissors and cut it. And then pull through. And then you might have to rearrange it if it's not perfectly even. And if you want this to be a little bit more compressed, you can chain fewer, and if you want it to not be as compressed, you can go ahead and chain 1 or 2 more. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and just weave in the ends, and I'm going to do that real quick. Because this is a, you know, just an ornament, I'm not going to worry too much about having it be super secure, so this is not my typical way of joining. Could have done this one before, but what I'm going to do is just find, let's see where it is, okay. And then we're just going, I just grabbed it there. I'm just going to work it under a few of those stitches. And then cut it. And see, can't see it now. Now for this one, go ahead and thread it back into the tapestry needle. So mine ends up being about right there. So what I'm going to do is just fold it open like that. Slip it down to that stitch. Work my way back down. That stitch there. So you can see I'm just following that. And then we're going to end up back in these, in that first, the first round. Go ahead and cut it. And then if you feel like it's too tight, you can kind of pull it to stretch it out a little bit, but it should be good. Now figure out which side you want as your front. I think they're both cute, but let's just go with this one. I don't know. Or this one, it doesn't matter. And we are going to make antenna or antennae, because there's going to be two of them. So you need a piece of yarn. I have this piece that I just cut off of for the when I was weaving in the ends. So go ahead and make a knot into one end. You don't really have to do this if you don't want to, but it's cute. And then about, that's maybe 1.5 inches away, make another knot. Just keep an eye on about where it's going to end up, because you don't want it to be too close. Okay. Then just take it and put it underneath that chain and bring it up to the top. Match the little knots together, and then you're going to cut close, but not right above, but just very, very close to it. And then straighten those bad boys out. There you go. See, and now it has antenna. So now we need to turn this little butterfly into an ornament. So what you're going to need is you're going to need your strand of yarn that I mentioned before, in the contrasting color, or you can use the same yarn if you want. And you're going to turn your butterfly around. Go ahead and thread the yarn into your needle just to make it a little easier. You can do this with a crochet hook too, but I found it to be a little easier this way. And what we're going to do is we're going to work into not only behind the chain, but also into the stitch that's behind it, all the way over to the other side. Okay? And then just pull it through, and then pull the needle off. Go ahead and figure out about how long you want that to hang, and we're going to make a knot. And knot it again for extra security. Go ahead and trim those ends off. Try not to throw your needle around. I think the ends of my scissors are slightly magnetized. Alright, and go ahead and just turn that so that way the knot is underneath You'll probably have to pull a little tight to get through there, but don't pull too tight so it comes out the other end. There you go. Now, I've kind of messed it up a little bit, but you can straighten your antenna out. And there you go. Now it's all ready to hang on your tree. There you go. You've got little butterfly ornaments now. I think you can do these in all kinds of colors. You can do them in traditional Christmas colors or holiday colors if you like, but I actually think that they're really, really cute in whatever color, so it doesn't matter to me what color they are. But I'd love to see what you guys do. If you make them, please let me know. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Leave me a comment, and I will see you all next time. Bye!